shutting my mouth, and I could not even talk. I could not speak. I kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, in my spirit, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I said, even if I couldn't speak it with my mouth verbally and verbatim, in my spirit, I kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's how it was. Now, I didn't come out my mouth, but this is what was in my spirit, so you can hear. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I would not stop. I would not stop till the enemy loose his hold. I would not stop till Jesus delivered me. I understand now that God had given me a word.
You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
Somebody needs to hear this. Somebody needs to hear this, because this is their season to level up. This is their season to walk in the divine calling, that divine purpose that you have over their life. I know what it feels like to have a word of fire and a message just sitting in the belly, sitting in my spirit, and it doesn't go away. It's like Jeremiah said, it's like fire shut up in your bones, and you know you got to speak it. Some of you are sitting down, and God said it's time to get up. It's time to open your mouth. That is the word today. Open your mouth. So this is going to be power for somebody. If it's not for you, scoot on over. But the person this word is for, I pray you receive it. I pray that it falls on good ground. So God has given somebody a word to speak to people. Health, wealth, dreams, visions, mind, spirit. You have a word for somebody. It could be in the form of health. So we talk about spiritual and natural. The spirit man. God giving you something to speak to somebody's spirit, to cause revival in their spirit, to become awakened, alive again. So now they can take care of their flesh, but also giving your word to speak to their health. Maybe you got wealth of knowledge and information that can save somebody's life. God uses us spiritually and naturally. Maybe God has given you a word of wisdom to help people deal with their mental health. Something that they don't even know and realize, but God has anointed you to speak it into their life so that you can change their life, their outcome. So I want you to hear this, and I want you to think about it. I want you to pray to God. What is that? It's a gift God has given you. That message, that word is your gift. I'm telling you, you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know. You haven't even seen, you haven't even heard the things that God have in store for you. Or some of you may know, you feel it in your belly, but again, you need to overcome some things. It's holding you back. It's holding you back from opening your mouth. Let me tell you, when I was a young girl, didn't realize until I got older that God had called me to preach, and he wanted me to speak. Because he knew when I opened my mouth, he's given me a prophetic word and prophetic forthtelling, the way of speaking into people's lives to cause a reaction in their life, to cause them to walk in their purpose and their destiny. I didn't know that God used me as that type of vessel, that instrument. I just saw it being manifested in my life as I got older. But I remember being a young girl, and I remember one day the enemy tried to shut my mouth. I mean, this thing is crazy, but let me tell you something. I know about spiritual warfare. Where I grew up, in the apartment that we lived in, we had a light bulb. It was sit on top of a little thing, a little plate sticking out of the wall, and you would, screw the light bulb off. Let me tell you, it's going to sound weird and crazy. The enemy spoke through the light bulb. That light bulb came off of, God is my witness, this is what I saw. The light bulb came all out of the place that it was sitting in, came over my bed, and the enemy was speaking through the light bulb, shutting my mouth, and I could not even talk. I could not speak. I kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, in my spirit, Jesus, 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 Jesus. I said, even if I couldn't speak it with my mouth verbally and verbatim, in my spirit, I kept saying, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's how it was. Now, I didn't come out my mouth, but this is what was in my spirit, so you can hear. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I would not stop. I would not stop till the enemy loose his hold. I would not stop till Jesus delivered me. I understand now that God had given me a word, and the enemy knew, and he did not want me to speak, because he knew when I speak, something was going to happen. Somebody's life was going to be changed. Somebody's going to receive Jesus as their Lord and Savior. Somebody's going to walk in their divine purpose. Somebody's going to walk in their healing and deliverance. And he knew that. And he tried to shut my mouth up. But God has right now told you to open up your mouth. He's telling you to open up your mouth. Let him give you a word. Let me tell you something. You can overcome insecurities. You can overcome that fear. A lot of people have fear when they God first start using them in something. It feels uncomfortable. It feels different. Maybe you didn't have the opportunities to exercise your talent, your gift, your calling. But this is the acceptable year right now. I know what that feels like. So you got to open it up and know God will give you what to say. God will touch you. God will give you wisdom. He will give you understanding. He will give you the revelation. So you will not lean to your own understanding, but in all of your ways, you acknowledge God, and God will direct your path. So then you don't have to even worry about, oh God, what if I don't? God will direct your path. Okay. The part you need to pay attention to is stepping out and trusting him. Trust. See, it's hard to trust when you have insecurities. When the root is fear and insecurities. I'm telling you, the most of our trials or incompetencies or something that's holding us back, most of the time it's because of fear and insecurity. Some of you missing out on opportunities. Some of you missing out on being in a great relationship because of some fear you have, something in your mind. Your mind is a mind block, and it's a barrier. Some of you believe in God for a husband and wife, and God brought that person to you, but something inside is blocking you. You don't even see it. You're stuck in your own way. You are in your own way. This word is for somebody. I'm telling you right now, I feel it in my spirit that even though you still feel a little inadequate, there's a peace inside your spirit that says, but God is with me. Ha! I will not fail. And you'll begin to speak life. And you'll no longer speak like these people who said, like Jeremiah for once, I can't do this, Lord. I'm too young. I don't know enough. I didn't finish school. I don't work at this type of job. I don't have that type of position. I never operated in a position of leadership. Me? Oh, no. Instead of saying that, when you walk in God with that confidence, you start saying, oh, I am called of God. I am the righteousness of God. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. You begin to change your language. You begin to change your mindset. You'll let God renew in you a right spirit. Come on, somebody. You'll acknowledge God in all of your ways and all of your frailties and everything. But he will renew the mind. He will create in you a right spirit. So he got to work in you the will to do his good pleasure first, right? Let him do what he needs to do in you. Let him heal and deliver you. Come on, beloved. This is the day. This is the year. This is the hour. It's time for you to step out and allow God to have his way in your life. Open up your mouth and speak. Come against that fear. Stop worrying about how eloquent other people speak, how eloquent other people pray. Some people won't even pray because they're so worried about how sister and brother so-and-so pray. Oh, they can break down, exegete this and expository this and all this stuff. No, it doesn't. Look, just like they had to grow in God and learn and study to show that self-approved, that all come along with it. But you got to do the work inside so he can use you, right? So all this stuff won't project on other people's lives. Insecurity and fear, I'm telling you, it has a way of showing up and it can harm people. So that's the cares of life that you got to give over to God. Those are the concerns. Those are the issues of life. Because the word also says out of the heart flows the issues of life. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You can tell people's issues if you pay attention because it comes out of their mouth. All of us, we share things sometimes. Sometimes we share things intentionally. What's going on inside, it'll come out of my mouth. So you need to look at this twofold. Look at it as you being attuned and sensitive to other people so God can use you to speak a word. If you hear something coming out of their spirit, if they're dealing with something, pay attention so God can use you to open your mouth and do what he told you to do and say what he tell you to say. Okay, I'm getting off now.
Get your life back. Get your life back.